We are finished with the country. The equipment that are here. You can see things that are here. Nobody could remove anything. Is that how I come to work? They just came suddenly, started demolition. You know, if my brother didn't have a brother like me, they would. He wanted to enter here. They said, no, you can't enter. We have got injunction. What about court injunction that allows somebody to enter into another person's property, refuse him for removing his things and everything, and demolishing everywhere? What about court injunction is that? We are finished with the country.
Yes, my people, as the halt don't happen, Peter Obi don't cry concerning the demolition of his brother's property. Well, shall not be smarted down for this country. Just listen to the whole analysis and information carries it that there's a person way close to Tinubu and run this thing. So Peter Obi don't cry out. Please watch, share, drop your thoughts in the comment section.
However, the information coming that the instruction was given from Tinubu's terrain. Not Tinubu precisely, but someone close to Tinubu, and I don't want to mention them for now.
Oh, good.
I already have. Thank you very much. Yeah?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Let's go.
Just yesterday, just on Sunday, I came back from the US, and my younger brother told me the agency wants to see me, and I saw him yesterday on my way to Abuja. He said to me that the land, the company land, Nest Food Limited, the land they own for over 10 years, probably over 15 years, belonging to them, and some people just jumped into it and said they are the owner, that they have cut injunction, and that they are about to start demolishing it. I said, okay. To go to court, that they won't demolish it without having proper documentation and everything. But yesterday he called me, said they removed the roof. They brought 3 tractors, 2,000, demolishing everything as fast as they can. And I said, no, I'll leave Abuja this morning. Let me go there personally. He said all effort for them to enter there, they will refuse to even enter. And they've chased out the people who are living there. So there's nothing they can do. That's how I came from Abuja. My first flight this morning from Abuja. Drove to this place. Asked the people who authorized it to demolish. They said they have cut injunction that the owner gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. They just gave them. I said, who is the owner? They said they don't know the owner. Can I see the cut injunction and see who the owner is, the person who is now claiming is sued? They gave me the cotton junction. The cotton junction explicitly said unknown person. How can you sue an unknown person? I said the land belongs to you. A land with property. And within yesterday and today, it's demolishing property. Look at it. They've removed the roof, they removed the thing. Okay, give me your proper documentation, demolition orders, because even if you want to demolish the house, you go to the state. They give you order to demolish, give you appropriate documentation, bring safety people and them, so that we know we're doing what is now. It's only while I'm here now that some people came and said they're safety order. What kind of country is this? How do you descend to this level of rascality? How can you show a non person enter somebody's land and everything? I've been here for 4 hours. I've not seen one person who comes and say, I'm the owner. 3 people or 2 or 3 people are here. Are you the owner? No, I'm not. But I'm acting on behalf. I said, so who is the owner? No name. He's not called the name. I said, but you know my name. I'm Peter Obi. I want to know the next person, so I can even approach him and say, please, this land belongs to a company that my brother is the majority shareholder. The country can't go on like this. We're looking for foreign investors. We're looking for investors. But look at how local investors are being treated. Is that how a country can thrive? This level of lawlessness, this level of rascality.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You can see the equipment that are here. You can see things that are here. Nobody could remove anything. Is that how I come to work? They just came suddenly, started demolition. You know, if my brother didn't have a brother like me, they would. He wanted to enter here. They said, no, you can't enter. We are caught injunction. What about court injunction that allows somebody to enter into another person's property, they sue him for removing his keys and everything, and demolishing everywhere? What about court injunction is that? We are finished with the country.
So let us understand what P2B wrote that really transpired. P2B wrote on Facebook that any society where lawlessness overrides the rule of law is not destined to be a heaven for investors. Recent report shows that Nigeria's human rights indicators have worsened, mainly highlight several shortfalls in government protection for civil liberties, personal security, and basic living standard. I know what I have been going through as a person in abuse of my human rights just because I contested a presidential election, which I have legitimate right to do so. So I imagine what small business owners, regular citizens, and vulnerable communities face every day. If this level of lawlessness can happen to someone with a registered company and legitimate means, what hope does the ordinary Nigeria have? Let's continue. This morning, my younger brother called me frantically, informing me that a group of people had invaded his company property in Ikeja, Lagos, and were demolishing the building. He had just come in from the Port Harcourt and was denied entry to the property by security men who told him the building was being pulled down. They even informed him that this demolition had started over the weekend. As a peace-loving Nigerian, he quickly started processing to go to court immediately, not knowing what must have resulted in this, as they moved fast to destroy his home without any restraint. I rushed to Lagos from Abuja after the call this morning and headed straight to the property. On arrival, I was met by security people who tried to bar me from entering the property. I humbly pleaded with them that the property belonged to my brother's company, and from the record, the company had owned the property for over a decade. They told me they had a court judgment, and I immediately requested it. You would not believe that the court judgment they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatters. I went further to ask about a demolition order or permit, and there was none. How do you sue an unknown person? How does a court issue a judgment in such a first of a case? No one was served. No name was written, yet they show up with excavators and began destroying a structure that has stood for over 15 years. So all these things are laughable. Let's continue. I immediately asked the excavators for the person who had sent them, and they said they didn't know anyone, but they were only informed to come and demolish the house. I immediately told them to tell whoever it is that I would like to speak with him, if they can call my number, which I share with the excavators, so that I can speak with whoever gave them the order to demolish the property. I stood there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. waiting to get a call, at least, and nobody called or came. The contractor even said he didn't know who sent him. 2 men later came and said they would like us to go to the police station. I asked if they even had a demolition order, but they had nothing. The whole situation screamed of coordinated lawlessness and impunity. Our country has become lawless. Wow. I think this is the first time P2B is saying that our country has become lawless. And I'm sorry to say this, you see. I will always come real and straight. This is what P2B and the rest of people countered when Nnamdi Kanu told them that Nigeria is a lawless country. Yeah, they countered it because they had hope that a new Nigeria is possible, but every day they are seeing the reality. So this country, no matter what you do, the reality will come back to hit you. You are entitled to your own opinion. You are entitled to your own affairs. Do what you like. Nobody is, arguing with you. But you know what? The reality will come back to hit you. And it's going to hit you hard. Because the reality has no mercy on anyone. So the reality is what these people are seeing right now. This is what Igbos, people from the southern Nigeria, have been facing in Lagos for more than a decade now. Now let's continue with what P2B said, left with 3 paragraphs. He said, I just started reminiscing about how just over the weekend I had a meeting when someone told me how he has investment in Ghana, Senegal, and the Benin Republic, but won't touch Nigeria despite his market being here. I asked him why. His answer was piercing. Nigeria is a lawless country. Until we have laws that protect people, nobody will invest in Nigeria. I am just shocked. How did Nigeria get to this level of lawlessness? What kind of country are we trying to build when the rights of citizens, their lives, their properties, and their voices are trampled upon daily? I remain committed to a better Nigeria where lawlessness will be a thing of the past. Protection of life and property, respect for human rights came for the less privileged, and basic education for all children. A new Nigeria is possible. P.O. Wow. I think I like Itobi's ideology that a new Nigeria is possible. Contrary to my own, I don't believe and I can never believe that a new Nigeria is possible. Possible as how? Possible where? When? How? How is a new Nigeria possible? I totally disagree. A country where every month from the federation account, go and fact check me, 100 billion naira is being taken out for security, and the defense chiefs are telling Nigerians to protect themselves, communities to protect themselves. What are they doing with the 100 billion monthly that they are putting out for insecurity? What are they doing with it? When you look at a country where money that was meant to secure the people are being used to sponsor terrorists against the same people, you ask, what is the essence of this? Ojukwu was wise. Ojukwu was wise to have demanded that every region should have their own security. Ojukwu was wise to have demanded confederation. Ojukwu was wise. Everything that Ojukwu fought for over 50 years, the reality is coming back to hit us. And we are still going back there. Everyone who has fought or who is fighting people who are agitating to separate from this country, be it Arewa, Odudu, or Biafra, you are fighting these people. Very soon, you will be the one that will be leading these groups, because you don't know what is coming to Nigeria. You don't know what is coming to Nigeria at all. This is a place that even the top leaders know that it is over. It is over. Ask CDS Musa, ask all these people, where are their children? They said they want to build a new Nigeria for you. They want to secure Nigeria for you. Where are their children? Who are their doctors? Where are they? Everything, they do it in abroad because they don't have trust in this system. And they want you to stay in the system. But what do I know, Seth?